Hello, and welcome back to the series where I try to rationalize bad draft picks. And this is a request, but I want to say that Greg Oden over Kevin Durant isn't a bad draft pick, it's just bad draft luck. Greg Oden was coming out of college with a phenomenal freshman season and getting the Ohio State Buckeyes all the way to the national championship, only losing to a very stacked Florida team. With a wrist injury, he was doing this with an injured wrist. And yes, in 2007, the league was starting to become more guard-friendly, but from 1999 to the present of 2007, only one team that won a championship didn't have Tim Duncan or Shaquille O'Neal on it. So the thought of a 7-foot, strong, agile big that could dominate both ends of the floor makes Greg Oden a can't-pass project, and Kevin Durant a can't-miss prospect. He was getting comparisons to David Robinson and Bill Russell. Also, very fluid for a 7-footer. Also, at the time, the league didn't know what Kevin Durant could become because the league hadn't really seen a prospect like him, ever. And the Kevin Durant praise was just as high as the Greg Oden praise, but the questions about Kevin Durant's weaknesses were higher than Greg Oden's weaknesses. And the weaknesses, looking back on them, make no real sense. The Blazers recently lost Zach Randolph at the time, a 23 points per game scorer, and just added LaMarcus Aldridge and thought they probably needed another big in the paint. And that was the time when Kevin Durant's strength was really called into question. At the NBA Combine, he could not bench 185 pounds even once. And where Oden had great combine and strength scores and all of that, passes, whatever, Kevin Durant did not pass the strength part, which is all silly in hindsight. This is all silly stuff. They're just two different players. So this is another case of need over talent. The Blazers thought that they needed a defensive anchor center that could also improve on the offensive end over time. And playing with Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge, playing along those two, you have room to improve. You're not asked to have the offensive load immediately. And the problem wasn't ever Greg Oden's skill. He was able to put up some pretty monstrous games when he was healthy. The only problem is he was basically never healthy consistently. And that's what makes this number one pick. Not a bad pick, but a sad pick. Feel free to follow for more and tell me what I should do next.